Hi, this is Michael Spokane, the leader and the founder of Young Men Empowerment Forum. I'm dealing with this great topic, indicators of maturity in your life. Indicators of maturity in your life. How do we see that you are maturing? How do we see that you are matured as a young man? Now, there are indicators that will show us that you're maturing, and I want you to adopt these indicators because they will help you to become a better person. They'll help you to become a better individual. And that is why I want to emphasize today that please make sure that you are, as a young man, rising up to the occasion and develop and become a better person by maturing in your life. Now, one indicator that will show that you are growing up, one indicator that will show that you're maturing as a young man is when you accept heartaches in life. When you accept that there are heartaches in life. I want to emphasize this because many people think that when heartaches come to them, it's because they're cursed. When heartaches comes to them, it's because God doesn't love them anymore. But can I tell you that everybody in this world will go through a heartache at some stage in life? Your heart shall be broken. You shall actually meet situations that will break your heart. And that's very important. Remember, there are many situations that breaks our hearts. Some of them are actually loss of loved ones. Our hearts are aching because of loss of loved ones. You lose your parents. That's heartache. Some of you lose your partners. That's heartache. You lose your brothers and sisters. That's heartache. But I want to mention that it's not only the loss of loved ones, but some of the heartaches are brought by loss of health, good health, loss of health in your life. When you are sick, when you are all of a sudden have lost your limb in an accident, when you are all of a sudden now got an accident and now you're paralyzed, you're sitting on a wheelchair all of a sudden and you are walking with your 2 feet, and that will bring a heartache to your life. And that is very key for us to understand that the heartaches will come in this life. And everybody, and there's nobody in this world who's immune to heartaches. So therefore, you as a young man, agree that heartaches will come and you will meet them, and maturity will show when you start to accept that heartaches are there. I will meet heartaches, I will have them, and I accept that I will be broken hearted at some stage. And that's very key, because then you become prepared. Then you become somebody who's vigilant. You become somebody who's aware that these things are happening. And when they happen, you are able to accommodate that. You are able to make sure that you're not totally disheartened and broken. You are not actually at the edge of even killing yourself anymore, because you know that heartache will come. And when heartache comes, you are ready for it. Now, I want to urge you as a young man that one indicator of maturity is that you accept heartaches. And you make sure that you maneuver through the situation that breaks your heart, that aches your heart, and make sure that you get around it and conquer the situation. Now, one way of conquering the situation is ability to realize that heartaches will always come, and that will actually heal the situation, because you would know that I'm bound to have a heartache. Secondly, heartache may be dealt with by actually comparing yourself with other issues that you've passed through. The issues that you've passed through, the issues that you've come across, some were worse than the one that you're faced with. Now, because of that, when you look at it, you'll find that even though this thing is actually bringing a heartache to you, but compared to the previous experience that I had, this is better. And therefore, that will heal you and make you feel better. And sometimes you can compare your situation with other people's situations, because other people are going through serious heartaches that are deeper, that are more serious than yours. And when you look at it, you find out that yours is much more better. But based on the fact that yours is much more better, that is going to encourage you to become a better person and to heal over this heartache and become actually somebody who is accommodating. And this is very key. And I want to emphasize this, that even though there's a heartache, please make sure that you understand that heartache needs to be accepted, that it is there, and you're going to meet it one way or another. And there's no way you're going to live this life and not meet heartaches, because this life is not smooth at all times. So therefore, be able to accept heartaches, and that is a sign of maturity. Now, secondly, I want to speak about, you do not judge easily when you are maturing or when you are matured. Now, somebody who's matured doesn't judge other people. Why? Because you have gone through experiences and you've realized that human beings are fallible. They are not God. They make mistakes. They go wrong. They mess up sometimes. And you'll realize that it's not only the other people, but even yourself, you are not the saint that you think you are, because you've done mistake and you have committed wrong things as well in your life. You have been through embarrassing moments. Now, because of that, that's going to help you not to judge other people, because you would understand that that which somebody is going through is the very same thing that you have gone through before, or something that you may go through in future as well. Now, because of that, that helps you not to judge. You're going to look at people actually clearly and fairly. And you're going to judge people fairly, because you're going to look at people in the eye, with the eye of God. And God looks at people fairly with His grace and with His mercies. And God doesn't judge people. So therefore, because of that, so don't judge others either. Now, when you mature, you are actually maturing by not judging people anymore. You start to understand the essence of life. You start to understand the challenges that life throws to you, the curveballs that life is throwing towards you. And it has actually thrown to you before. So therefore, you understand when somebody is going through something, it's not because the person has sinned against God. It's not because of stupidity that this person is going through what they're going through. It's purely because anybody can go through that. And that's exactly what I want to emphasize, that you must be aware that you are seeing this thing, somebody going through it, and you can go through that as well. So therefore, you cannot judge somebody of their mistakes. You cannot judge anybody of their wrongdoings, because you would do the same mistake as well. I want to emphasize that judging people can destroy people, can condemn people. Some of them may not even take it when you have judged them. It may actually destroy them to lose confidence in life. And some of the people get even depression because they've been condemned, they've been judged, and therefore they cannot face people anymore. We have seen people that lock themselves behind closed doors purely because they've been judged, purely because they've been told that they cannot do it anymore. They cannot succeed in anything that they're doing. They've been judged because people see them the way they see them, and they judge them to say it is because of this. Now, I want to urge you that don't run into conclusion in people's situations. If I may give you an advice, make sure that before you comment in any situation, rather find out proper facts about the situation. Investigate, get facts, get proper information, and then don't judge people, because when you are quick to comment, when you are quick to make a judgment, when you are quick to make a talk over something, it's because you have judged it according to your own perception. Now, I want to urge you also as a young man that when you are growing, you'll realize that you don't use your perceptions to judge other people. Because the way you perceive things is not necessarily the way people are. The way you perceive things is not necessarily correct at all times. The way you perceive things is not the way things are at all times. And therefore, you will realize that when you start to understand that, you will not judge people. You will judge less. And that is a sign of maturity, because it will come from the experience that you have gone through. It comes from the life that you've lived and the socialization that you've gone through. And because you are now maturing, you realize that judging people is wrong. And because I may judge people on things that I'm doing myself. And the Bible says, you may actually see a block of wood on somebody's eye. You may see a very small speck on somebody's eye while you're having a block piece or a big piece of wood on your eye yourself. But you see others and you don't see yourself. And I want to urge you, as a young man, show maturity by not judging or judging less. May the good Lord bless you. I want to end up here. I will wrap up this topic tomorrow with part 5 of this topic. And I want to urge you to come and listen and be part of the great topic tomorrow. May the good Lord bless you. And cheers for now.